Hi, this is Astrological. It's Friday morning at home. I'll just get on. She's a good girl. She's a big girl. She's not massively tall, but she's wide. She's actually probably fat, but anyway. She's got a little bit more time to get the weight off her. Come on, lovely girl. So Astrological is by Wanted, and she's out of a very good producing mare too, so hopefully she can win races too. She's an interesting sort of character. I've had her for, I don't know whether it's 3.5, nearly 4 weeks, and she came the same time as Periscope. Well, Periscope's had his first day at the track today, but Astrological isn't ready to go to the track because she has been quite difficult to ride. And to be 100% honest with you, I know that she's trialled and jumped out and done things like that, but I've had a few days where I've even questioned whether she's been broken in. But this week she's been working very, very well, so I'm very happy with her. She's coming out here by herself today, which is very brave of her. And normally speaking, I do actually get a mate, I get a friend of mine, Aftab, to come out and ride. Aftab's not a technical rider like I am, but he's kind, and the horses don't mind him. But he rode Astrological for me on, I think it was Monday, and she went terrible, absolutely terrible. So we only went 200 metres, 400 metres up the road, and I said, look, Aftab, let's go home. I said, go to the tie-up stalls and swap. So we did that, and he jumped on Ready Cash, and I jumped back onto Astrological, and I thumped her around a little bit with my legs and punched her up into the contact and all that sort of stuff like I normally do, and she went, oh okay, and went like an absolute nerd. So she can work very, very nicely, particularly for me, and as you can see, she's walking out beautifully. Sometimes she can jack up not wanting to go out. She's quite sort of strong-minded, but she's actually been very nice today, which is good, but it's the end of the week, so you would expect that. And she does work very well for me, but here lies in the problem with pre-training is that I would then think that she's going well, but I will actually get Aftab to have a sit on her probably early next week, and hopefully she'll go well for him. So once that happens, then I'm going to take her to the track, because I don't want her to leave me going very, very well and then go like a bag of shit for Darren Weir's mob, because that doesn't do me any favours, does it? And I actually quite like her, although I'm not a big Wanted fan. Wanteds don't have the most honest temperaments. Relve did. She was pretty sweet, but a lot of the Wanteds that I've seen or know of people that have had things to do with them, they're quite doggy. They don't willingly give themselves to you, and Astrological has been a little bit like that too. So you have to encourage her or gently persuade her, sometimes forcefully persuade her to do what you want her to do. Come on, girl. Come on. So she's just saying no with the mouth, and she's actually a little bit tight in the back. But she doesn't buck, she just gets a bit tight and cranky and scrunchy. But she's now going forward. Come on, drop your head, lovey. Good girl. Come on. So yeah, what I was saying with the Wanted, they just don't have a nature that they give themselves to you freely. You have to make them do things, which just makes them a little bit difficult, that's all. But I actually do like this filly. She's very comfortable to ride. She's a big girl, like I said. She's quite fat. I will get the weight off her, but she loves her food, so much so that she'll kill the dog if the dog comes anywhere near her when she's eating. She's not going forward, so I have to stop talking and get her to go straight. Come on, she wants to go in the gutter, and I wanted to go on the road. It's a lot easier working on the road, that's better. So I've kicked her about with my left leg because she's trying to cart me left, and she's spitting the bit out a bit. But now she's going straight her. Come on, lovey. She's a good girl. That's better. Okay. Now she's going better. See, she doesn't let me concentrate on two things at once. It's all about Astrological. Good girl. See, she's dropping her head in front now, which is nice. Her mouth was terrible. Her teeth had been done, so I imagine that they've had trouble with her mouth as well. And they've been looking for reasons why she's been terrible in the mouth, and hence had the dentist do her teeth. It's the first thing you do, but it was just bad manners and lack of education, really. And so she and I have been to war a few times, quite a few times, and Christina has won, but still it's a day-to-day battle with her to convince her that she can work properly and she can do as she's asked. Come on, good girl. It's a bit scary. She's not a real spooky filly, which is good. I've had a couple of occasions where just tipped over, where a rabbit's flown out from underneath her, and you think, oh my gosh. but she's actually been very realistic about it. So if she does shy at something, she is genuinely frightened. She doesn't do it just for the sake of it like some of them do. Pick your feet up or you land on your nose, girl. That's the kangaroos over there, see? She hasn't seen them yet, and hopefully they won't go popping out. You just stay there, guys, and everything will be sweet. And she's a good girl. So you can see most of the time her ears are pricked. That's usually a sign that they're happy doing what you're doing, you know. So she is quite happy coming out here now. But like I said, I've had her for three odd weeks, so she should know what I'm about. She's a good girl. And wool. And wool. I've had days where she doesn't stop when you pull her on the reins. She just opens her mouth and throws her head in the air and keeps going. So, you know, I just take my time and stop and start her. So we just, you know, I mean, she's good today, but if she was a bit funny now, you know, you just say, woo, pull on the reins. You can see she listened to me straight away. Like, I only said woo and she stopped. So she's had a bit of work on this, getting her break. She's just seen the kangaroos. See, her ears cocked to the left, so she's seen them. But they're not running, so that's good. So I might have trotted home a couple of times, and all I've done is gone trot, walk, trot, walk, trot, walk, trot, walk, teaching her that when I pull on both of these reins, she's actually supposed to stop. And so now she's listening quite nicely. Aren't you, sweetie girl? Now, why I like her is because she is a nice mover. There's plenty of horse underneath you, and you know, although she's been difficult, I'm not opposed to difficult horses. I don't like dirty horses, ones that do things that you don't expect, that you just can't predict, and there's very, very few of them, and they're ones that you ride one day and they don't do anything wrong, and then the next day they buck you off. That's what I'm talking about. But this mare's been difficult, but she has tried everything, the pressure I've put her under to make her conform and do what I want her to do. She's copped it on the chin without throwing herself on the floor and without chucking major temper tantrums. We've had a few temper tantrums, but not major ones. She hasn't thrown herself on the floor and turned blue or anything like that. And I like that. That means she's trying. You know, she might not have known any different. Come on, girl, steady yourself. So the head's just fussing in and out. Good girl. Come back under me. Good girl. She's a good girl. So I anticipate that she'll go to the track next week. She'll have a quiet look around, and then she'll start her 3/4 pace. Whoops. Come on, girl. She's a good girl. Just fussing in the hand a bit. You can see her head coming up, but I just hold against her, punch up with my legs until she drops her head again. Whoa, whoa. She's just running a bit. Whoa, good girl. Listening, good girl. Says I want to go home. She's going to get a surprise because we're not going home. We might be trotting back down the hill, but we're not going home. Not the prettiest horses, the Wanted. They've got some ugly heads on them. She's not ugly, but she's not pretty. Relve was quite pretty though. Good girl. She's a nice mover. She's quite sound looking. She's a bit long in the pasterns, but I just had her shod, made sure her toes were pulled back underneath her so that her feet weren't too big, which then changed the angles of her pasterns. So, you know, these sort of horses, you got to shoe them accordingly, you got to ride them accordingly. Come on, girl. It's quite windy and she's been very good. She's got to go straight past home. So hang on a minute, it's my home. Excuse me, can I go home? But she don't mind, she likes working. You know, she didn't like being ridden, but now she likes working, she likes going out and doing things. Good girl. A lot of horses shy at that log. She don't care. But she might shy at something else later, but she's not a terrified horse. She's, she's actually quite bold. And hopefully with taking this time, I can help make her honest and bold. Come on, see that magpie? Hi, Feathers. That's Feathers. She was a pet. Come on, Astrological, come on. I don't have a nickname for her, sorry. Come on, sweetie. Come on, sweetie. Come on. This is where it's all scary. There's quite a few hidden logs up this way and quite shadowy. They tend to shy a bit more through here. Come on, lovey. Oh dear. You kicked the rock in the bushes, not me. Come on. Come on. Scary bird. See, those birds, some horses have absolute heart failure with them squawking at them and rustling in the bushes, but she's not that type of horse. It was me sitting on her she didn't like. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. Alright, lovey, come on. Whoa, whoa. So she just pops willingly into the canter. I just sit on her back a bit, 'cause it's a bit spooky. Good girl. And drop your head a bit, girl, come on. Come on. Round up and drop your head, come on. She still doesn't 100% round up, but she's coming good. Just got to work hard all the time, that's all. But that's okay. I can do it. There she goes. See, her head's just starting to drop, so silly foals running around. Come on, girl. She's a good girl. She's nice and low in front now. That's what I want. She's now working. She's got a lovely canter, lovely big stride. She's working lovely and low in front now. Good girl. She's a good girl. A lot of horses hate these logs, you know. She's just not like that. I do like that about her. She's going beautiful. Very happy with her. You see, she's dropped her head, working nicely. Ears are pricked. She's a good girl. Good girl. And whoa. Good girl. So that's her day today. She can turn her around and go back. She's been a good girl. See her face? She's a good girl. So that's her. Have a look at her. She's a bit hairy already. She's decided it's cold in Kyneton, which it hasn't been. It's been a beautiful week. You can't pick which ones are going to break coat. It's to do with the daylight hours, not the temperature. Come on, she's a good girl. Don't worry about silly foals. Come on. She's a good girl. She's got good feet, good legs, good attitude now. I'm happy. So I'm happy, she's happy. Come on, big girl. She used to walk a little bit when she first came to in her yard. You know, so she's obviously got that nature that takes a bit to settle in and work things out, but she's quite funny with the dog around feed time, because I think she and the dog play now. I've got a shepherd. He's my right hand man. Bear is his name, and Bear hangs around when I feed her, and she has a big go at him. He is flat back. She's going to kill him, but I think it's games now. Come on, girl. She's a good girl. She's a nice wide filly, but not too wide. She's strong, you know. She's a little bit butch, really. Sorry, girl. So that's her swinging along, and in all admittance, you know, I've waited until she's going well to video her. You don't really want to see me in the bushes and up the trees on her and swearing at her, which we've done a bit of. But I'm very, very happy with where she's at now. Come on, sweetie. She's only 2, she's only a baby. Some of them miss out on education. I don't know what happens, but they just miss the boat. But she's catching up now. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. She's nice and low in front too. She's, you know, her mouth's lovely right now. She's stretched out. Where are these horrible birds, girl? There they are. Mongrel birds. Come on. She doesn't care. I don't care. Oh, out of the bushes. Come on. Good girl. A little shy. But her head's nice and low. She's relaxed. Her mouth's much, much better. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. And whoa. Oh, lovey. Good girl. Okay. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. I like honest horses. She's trying, and she's given a lot of herself compared to how she used to be. She's a good girl. She likes a bit of loving, a bit of patting. Good girl. Okay, drop the reins. She's walking home. Yeah, we're going home, lovey. So she's become my mate. Like I said, you know, she goes well for me. Doesn't go so well for other people yet. So I have to make her everybody's mate, not just my mate. She's got to like everybody, not just me. So anyway, we're getting there, aren't we, girl? Okie dokie. Have a good weekend, guys.